Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I hope you enjoy the flowers I picked here for the table for you. Fresh flowers. They smell so good. It would be nice to have a room full of flowers so that the smell, like just the natural, beautiful smell of the rose. Anyway, so friendship, right? Friendship, but also the yellow roses. I could say enlightenment. In this deck, there is a yellow rose card that actually, it's called the Golden Rose, and it means a sacred secret is about to be unlocked. I'm getting lots of messages today. Already, I started off my day with a beautiful private reading, and in it came through a few bits and pieces for the collective. So I'm branching off of that information, but I'm getting more and more as my morning progresses. A really calm energy. It's this energy that they're giving me to talk about is something that I have actually been residing in for a very long time now. Feels like thoroughly enjoying it for the last like 3 months. This energy of okay, so maybe I should break this down. This energy of calm, this energy of peace, this love vibration, it is tilting the scales. And what they're saying is that there has already been anchors of this energy here as you light workers and other people have been continually anchoring in the energy. And simply by doing that means that you're choosing love over fear. It's like, it was very simple of how they gave it to me, is that's how it was anchored. But this is actual energy that was coming from a source. So that's another thing that they're just really wanting to point out, is that this change, this shift is due to the things that they've been sending. Like they're way ahead of us as we shift through the energy. It gets scattered, people have to anchor it, and then when it's anchored, then there's this whole process that they're wanting me to talk about today, which is going to be about basically worry, and about how we should handle worry during this time. And they're giving me time as a big topic, so they're giving me time to talk about. Not wanting us to focus on a timeline, but to say that it's very close, that the spreading of this energy to where we're actually living in it all the time, and manifestation becomes fast. And they're wanting me to explain a little bit about that. So for one thing, the energy shift is exactly that. There's certain people that have already felt this, you could call it new earth, 5D energy, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to call it, but really it's where for a very long time there was more darker energy here, that was where the scales have been tilted for a very long time. So anybody that felt like they were supposed to live in light and love, that doesn't mean you're perfect, and it doesn't mean that you're fake positive. It's not that. It's not toxic positivity. It's somebody who always chose that as the option, love as the option, and for some reason felt like you weren't winning here, like you weren't. Well, it was because that is the energy to manifest from. Okay, and if we can remove the bias of whether something is good or bad, and we know that judgment's involved, but we don't really understand it all, and they're not giving me a message on judgment right now, but they are telling me that when you're working in that energy, when the scales have been off balance, then of course it wasn't really set up for you to win, right? But there are forces, there are energy that is coming here, like I would say like rain, but it's more because it's in the light, it's in the frequency, it's in the tone, it's in the vibration, it's in many different modes here, but so it's making light and love over fear, so the scales are tilting, right? And so you have been previously manifesting with an energy that wasn't necessarily winning for a long time, and now it is. And that's just the best way to word it. So if you can stay away from fear and worry and doubt, then you're going to find yourself manifesting quicker. Like, and so that's a big message too about why you should really embrace this energy as much as you can, because not only is it intensifying, but it's something that you can use as a tool to help your already spiritual gifts and abilities shine. And there is going to be an increase in spiritual gifts and abilities too, an enhancement of them. They will get stronger. There's going to be more communication. Things are going to feel to you like they're slower. I don't know. I'm just getting that it may feel like something is slower. Okay, the slower is coming from the process. The slower is coming from the process of, well, we've got different terms for it. We have alchemizing, transmuting, like I could relate those words to the magician archetype, the person who's able to create. The magician does good creating with elements that are already here. And so when you had energy that you simply just didn't want to work with, right, then it probably wasn't working for a very long time, or wasn't working that good. And this is going to be where things are going to be sped up, because the main dominant energy is going to be the one that you are already used to working in. And some people are not going to know what to do with themselves with this type of energy. And because this is the adjustment period where we go from being stressed over, we as humans have attached things like stress and to time. We've attached it. This is a deep-rooted belief. It is something that we all do. We stress about it. We've made it correlate with time, and not always, right, and not all the time, but this is why it's going to be necessary to have time stretch for you, or to see it stretch, to see it in a different light, in a different way. The more that you detach from the anxiety of I've got to be here, I've got to do this, the more that you detach from that, from the worry or the concern about it, then the more that this energy is going to come in, where time's going to be different. It's going to be a different concept, so it's going to be perceived differently. It's going to be something that in a quantum way you're able to work with much easier. You're going to have fun with it, is what they're saying. You're going to have fun with timelines. You're going to have fun with time. You're going to start attaching different definitions to what you have accepted to be true, and it's kept people caged and imprisoned. And that's the imprisonment of control. It is a main energy, not necessarily one specific group. But if you want to just kind of put a label on something and put it in a book for easy understanding, easy to digest, then do so. This is your place. This is your reality. And right now you're being supported by the energy to make it the most beneficial for those that are working in love, not fear. And that means with every single choice, even the fear of, say we're somebody who looks, most of us do, look 2 months ahead, 3 months ahead. And if we don't see or feel like we can predict, which by the way is control, which by the way is an element on more so on the line of fear than it is love, just saying. So when we feel like we don't have this control, we're so ingrained and indoctrinated into some of the things that this other energy that was darker, that was operating for a very long time, that we don't necessarily even want to work in it. We don't want to be stressed by it. It has just become a fact of life. It is part of life. It is how we eat, is how we have a place that we feel like, okay, I've got a shelter over my head and I can sleep now. I don't have to worry. But this has been a program. And so when the program gets changed, the rules change, the energy changes, everything changes. And you are changing it. You're a part of that change. You're a vital part of this change. That's why they're bringing this message through. So when we try to think too much into the future, we can actually, and that's why they stay away from telling me timeline times, because the things that need to be adjusted for the past, present, and future are right here, always in this now moment. That's where the adjustments have to be made. So the more conscious you are about picking love over fear, less worry or concern over the things that the old paradigm had you worried about all the time, constantly, you're actually speeding up the timeline of going to a new earth, a complete shift. And it's closer than you know. It's closer than you know. There has been some type of control and power that has been so out of control here that it did the opposite thing that they wanted it to do. It was an energy that was meant to make it so that you need them more and worry more by having less. And what this did, though, for a lot of people was teach them that they didn't need all that. And they went inside. And then they found the true peace, the true happiness that does not come from objects and doesn't come from the material things. Everything can be found within you. And always this other energy was trying to get you to find something outside of yourself. Hopefully they could provide it, and then you would be dependent on their energy. It was control. And it's still very much so present. It's probably always going to be a little bit here. But there is a rising out of this, and there's a shifting. Okay, and then they're saying to get back on the point. Get back on point. You're going to have fun with the timelines. You're going to have fun with time. You're going to have fun playing with time. The more that you choose not to worry about the things that they're trying to get you in a cycle of worrying about. And the opposite effect is what it did, you know, bringing us into center, into who we are, is to really embrace peace and love. And so that, like I said, with the main energy is, wow, is great. Is great for us. So the manifestation, they also wanted me to talk about the manifestation. The manifestation will come quick. And so that's another thing to attach to. There's a necessary, like there's a reason why you do not necessarily have to worry about the 2 to 3 months in the future. And you don't have to hold on so tightly to things. You don't have to stockpile for certain things, because you're going to be provided for in this energy. You're going to find that your manifestations, though they might start off as small, they're going to intensify, especially if you're living in the light and love. So you need $100, $200, you're worried about it. It's not, it's something you need like right now, or like within the next week. It's going to come to you somehow, and you're going to manifest it. And you're going to find out that you're able to do this every single time you're in some type of need. And this is that time of, okay, separation. Perfect. This is that time of separation where we, as light workers, or as people who believe to really, there's nothing to fear and there's really nothing to worry, I'm not going to worry about it, are going to be separating from the old paradigms, our belief systems that were attached to fears, the ones that at a very basic level have been running our lives, running ourselves, even running ourselves ragged. There's going to be a time of sleeping when you want to sleep, resting when you need to. There's going to be a time of complete peace and knowing, because you're able to manifest like that. So this is what's coming full force, but you're going to see a big adjustment period where we're going to going back and forth from being still fearful and still worrisome, still doubtful, to, oh my goodness, this energy that I've been working with, it's starting to pick up and I'm noticing it. And once it starts to pick up and you start really noticing that, then everything is going to start shifting. And so this is now moment changes where everything starts shifting. And I feel like pretty rapidly, as you separate from old paradigms of fear and things that they have placed on, fears, worries, things that they've placed upon, stuff that we are here coexisting with, time, money, things like this. Rest, love, like all of it, is that it's been tried to be tightly controlled. This is rising from the ashes anew, is what they're saying. It's ready to, something is in the process of being, but that energy will be a distant memory. Remember when we had to worry about this, or this? That's how it's going to be. You need to keep that vision in your mind, in your hearts, because the more that you branch out to those who have also anchored in the light, I'll tell you what else is anchored in the light. Every single piece of Mother Nature out there has anchored in this light. So you can totally soak up and be part of the divine grid. You go out there in nature. You can separate yourself from a lot of fears and darker energies and negativities just by going out in nature and letting it heal you. It does heal you. Yes, there's still things to Are there problems to address? Sure, because there's not ever an end to this energy, this dynamic. This is what this dynamic here is. But you're not going to see it as much. You're not going to see it last and survive, because it's not going to be able to manifest, not with the power that they used to have. And they're going to find, oh my goodness, why isn't this working anymore? Why isn't that working anymore? Well, because it was probably out of hate, revenge, or greed, or whatever it was. If there was a dark need or dark thing attached to why you're wanting something, then yeah, you could have probably manifested it a lot easier a few years ago. Maybe even now still some, right? But not as powerful, and they're going to start noticing that power being drained like an empty well. And then the well of all of the light workers is going to be filled up. That's your main message today. Thought I would just get on here and do a little channel from them. I don't even think the tarot is necessary. I'm just going to pull from the 108. The 108 deck. Yeah, let's do that. So I have this really strong feeling of calm and focus and attention from light workers that I'm getting, that I'm receiving as an energy from all of you all. It's calm, it's relieving, it's positive, and it's loving, and I like that. I love that. That's brings me peace. So we're helping each other in ways that we really don't even know. So thank you for your beautiful comments. Like, they keep me in the emails, and however you contact me, if you contact me, thank you just for the energy. If you don't write a comment, you know, I feel that too. And if it weren't for you, all these messages wouldn't really even have a need to come through. So they are from you, they're from your energy, and they're from my energy, and they're from the angels. I was thinking the other day, just here on a personal note, I was thinking of maybe a philosophy or an idea to really break down and analyze, why does this planet have so many helpers for us? Why do we need that many helpers? Why do we have so many angels on the other side? Why do we have so many ancestors still looking over us? Because it's hard. Because this is a place where you need it. It's not, this is a challenge. This is a challenge. And right now, this shift is going to be glorious, something everybody's going to not wait to, like, they're not going to want to miss it. That's why you have tons of bombardment of spirit help right now. The veil is very thin. You're getting good, kind, loving messages all the time. I guarantee you are. And signs and synchronicities all the time, because there are so many spirits down here just to see this. And amazed, you should be amazed that you got to be in human form to experience this. Like, amazed, and you should be proud of yourself. You know, if you live a whole eternity infinitely, this is going to be one of those lifetimes that stands out. It's a big deal. You're a big deal. Your experience here is a big deal, and it's going to get really good. It's only getting better. 42. Wow, 4 and 2. The 4 says, pull up the bridge. This card, I see a no, right? And then I have the separation card. So it kind of makes me feel like there's also going to be a pull for you to pull up that bridge on your energy, not giving everybody access to you, not allowing your energy to be drained by others. Also, if you're so empathic that you're feeling the maybe even, okay, as the tactics increase by the dark energy, you're going to see an increase in fear. You're going to feel it since you're empathic. You are going to feel it, and there's going to be some people in specific that you're going to be severing ties with completely, separating. They're going to go one way, you're going to go the other way. They're not on the same wavelength as you, and you're going to be led to the tandem bicycle, which is synchronized alliance, duo, partnership, unison, equality, collaboration, two-of-a-kind harmony. So no for someone or someone's, no to maybe a particular energy too, or having it invade your space in some way. Overcoming adversity here is what it's going to be about. Opportunity to overcome. It could be feeling pressure or setbacks at this time with the broken vase, but this is definitely saying that you do overcome. Yeah, overcome trials, misfortune, and setbacks. Also, you're not only being led to maybe the right partnership, but the right friends and the right soul group. With the friends card, friendship, group, soul tribe, third person, contact, relate, network, show up, hang out, meet in person. On the top of the tandem bicycle, within a few weeks, came out. And I have 8 extremely lucky cards to get. 8 for prosperity, achievements, wealth. The Wheel of Karma says karma, dharma, destined, inevitable, divine intervention, luck, and fortune. So you're going from misfortune to fortune, for sure. Yep. For sure. You're going to be in this calm, happy, peaceful, chocolate energy of satisfaction, perfection, love, romance, treating yourself, aphrodisiac, the good stuff, fine dining, elevated mood. And I have the dice, taking a gamble, taking a chance, a risk, rolling the dice. Let's see what happens next, it says. And then potential. Ooh, there's those lower vibrations. I think they are the cause of a lot of misfortune that's happening for a lot of people. And like I say, I think it was for a certain reason and it backfired. Because here's this dangerous situation or dark relationship with the Black Widow. It's darker energy tied to misfortune and constant worry about these things. The declaration is a defiance, reclaiming power, sovereignty, contract, resolve, you expressing your truth, challenging the status quo. I would say even changing rules of the game. That's what I would add to that. Changing the rules of the game. 888, hot air balloon. Oh, and another 8. 8888. 4 8s. So hot air balloon says balance, uplifting, freedom, ascension, rise above, feeling good, view, and elevate. Yeah, the Black Widow is a web of control, and they're that broken vase, and so misfortune, trials in life, things that have literally been set up as part of their plan isn't going to work. You are going to elevate like this hot air balloon. The library said, I feel like this is your access. Like the book in spirituality can represent holding a secret, the golden rose, holding a secret or inside of something. I feel like you know what that is, though. I think you have a lot of information about things that are maybe even hidden, because they have hidden beneath the surface, pastime, knowledge, learning, history. 8888. Let's get an angel message, and then I'll pull an angel number from the angel number messages. Restitution. So there's been fines and unfair costs here on the other side as an influence from the fallen angel 69. And so you're coming into a period of retribution. It would be paid back everything and more. That's what they're saying. Rochelle, number 69, Kabbalistic. We have purification with the separation of these energies for sure. Purification. Oh, I have loyalty. This is loyalty to the love, I think. So it's just the main energy of creation. This is it. Loyalty. 13. Also associated with endings. Affinity and friendship. And we have the friendship card down there too. So makes sense. Affinity and friendship. Number 61, 13, 15, and 69. Master number 22. And then here's that 222. 2. You are in possession of incredible creative powers, and it is assured you can achieve anything you wish. I'm aligned. This is talking about your manifestation abilities, I'm pretty sure. All right, so that's what I have for you all today. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Love and light. Bye-bye.